engaged in physical confrontation. Several members were involved in shuffles over committee leadership positions, leading to a chaotic scene inside the assembly. County officials have called for calm and planned to reschedule the elections session as soon as possible.
Tuliweza kukusanya sahihi za members wetu zaidi ya members 25 na mswada wetu ulikuwa tayari to be tabled in the house, the assembly house leadership. But unfortunately, the governor himself, Olentutu, went ahead to manipulate the process.
That yesterday's planned communication was null and void. It wasn't done to completion. Therefore, it was quashed. And we agreed so. And immediately, we also agreed that there will be no reports to be tabled in the assembly because it was an illegality.
Governor, Yeshimu, wajana na assembly, hakikisha assembly is running independently. We don't need your vote. We know what we are doing in this assembly.
And we want to assure the public and other members that the committee will run as it is. The speaker has already communicated, and the business.
Moving on, Kisii County Police have arrested a woman who had been wanted for over 6 months for allegedly murdering a boda rider. Judith Kemutho was captured at the Namanga border as she tried to enter Tanzania. Authorities confirmed that she had previously used a shocker that led to the death of a 48-year-old man. She is now in police custody in Kisii awaiting further investigations.
Yeah. Judith Kerubo Nyamongo and others happened to murder a boda rider by the name Peter Motari. Since then, she has been escaping police dragnet until on Friday when she was arrested as she was trying to cross Namanga border to Tanzania. Apparently, we had placed a stop order with the Immigration Department, and immediately she was trying to cross over. She was stopped and handed over to our counterparts Namanga, and we were informed immediately, and we went to collect her. Today, we have been able to arraign her in court, seeking custodial orders, and you have been granted 10 days custodial order so that you can complete investigations before she can be charged. Already there are 2 suspects before court and the other 3 remaining. For the 3 who are remaining, we are closing up on them, and in due course we shall also be able to arrest them so that they are all charged with the offense of.
Now, DCP Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala has intensified attacks on President William Ruto's administration, accusing it of using tribal politics to distract from growing public anger over the harsh economic situation. Malala says the rising fuel prices are affecting every Kenyan and urges the government to address citizens' concerns instead of turning the debate into an ethnic issue. He has also warned matatu operators against increasing fares despite the recent agreement with the government over the transport strike.
So Ruto has simply messed up this country. And we ask him to address this issue and not hide behind the tribal card. How can you dare compare prices during the Uhuru Kenyatta administration and now? Are you saying that Kikuyus do not have the right to speak when things are going wrong in this country? But we all know that this balkanization is meant to hoodwink Kenyans on the punitive finance bill of the 2026-2027. Mr. Ruto and your government, if you think that these will stop Kenyans from asking questions, you are far from the reality.
And the Senate of Kenya has called on Kericho County to enhance its education infrastructure. The Standing Committee on Education emphasized the need to improve both early childhood development education centers and technical training institutions across the country. The committee highlighted that proper infrastructure and effective management are key to providing quality education for children and youth. They urged the county government to prioritize renovations, adequate facilities, and better oversight to ensure that all learners have access to safe and supportive learning environments. This initiative aims to enhance the foundation of education in Kericho and equip young people with the necessary skill and future empowerment and development.
As a government, it's very important to take care of our youth as they exit class 8 or as they exit Form 4, those few who are not able to transit to the university, to make sure that they are taken care of, they are skilled, and when they go out to the market, they are able to provide for themselves, and they are able also to work for this nation. Thank you.
This is one of the first time in history where Senate is coming down to visit and follow the resources that they give to us, and we must appreciate the Senate of Kenya for the great work they are doing. Number two, we also appreciate the Committee of Education in Senate, led by the Apple Chair, for taking off their time to Kericho County to come and see what we are doing and what we are seeing, the resources that are coming us.
And the government is urging professionals in the construction and road sector to move away from traditional methods. Instead, they are encouraged to embrace modern technologies and enhance research on their new approaches. These innovations are essential to address challenges caused by climate change and to improve efficiency, safety, and sustainability in infrastructure development.
And Kenya Institute of Highway.
Climate change has introduced a new reality, and as engineers and technicians, like we say, when the environment changes the road, the designer must change the structure. We must rethink standards, specifications, and mitigation measures with scientific precision.
This thing of doing things for the sake of finishing, we build a road for the sake of finishing it, can no longer have space in this country. We have to do things with the excellence that they require.
Elsewhere, residents of Isibania are raising concerns about the garbage dump located close to their homes. They say the dump has become a serious threat to their health and the environment. Many complaints about the foul smell, the increase in pests, and the illnesses affecting their children. They urge the government to relocate the dump far from residential areas and take immediate action to protect the community and preserve their surroundings.
Na shida moja ambao tuko hapa ni kwamba hapa upande huu wa juu unapotoka hapa kuna dustbin ambayo hii inakuwa kero, ndio inatuletea shida sana hapa. Hii dustbin ambayo iko hapa inaleta mainzi kwa manyumba na wakazi wote wako hapa.
Nashangaa sana. Tunateseka na maji ya mto. Vitutu vimeingia ndani kwa sababu ya takataka ile inatoka huko Mwisbo. Tunaomba wachumbi wetu wote, Matiasi, tunakuomba kama wamama, utusaidie hii takataka itoke hapa. Hata juzi niliongua kipindupindu, nikakimbishwa hospitali.
Viongozi ambao wamesimamia eneo hili, je, wanaona swala kama hili? Na kulingana na sheria za mji, tunajua takataka zinastahili kuwa mbali na makazi ya wananchi. Kwa hivyo hili jambo limekuwa tetezi kubwa, limekuwa kero kubwa, na tumejaribu tafuta jinsi ambavyo viongozi watatusaidia ili takataka hii itolewe mahali hapa.
Put some money as a government to ensure that we make it, we return it back to where it was, if not to improve it further, and not only Isibania but other areas like Rutiangi, Rongo, and
And back to education matters, Nyamira County, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the National Museum of Kenya, has officially launched a program to promote the consumption of traditional foods in schools. The initiative aims to improve nutrition among high school students by introducing locally sourced and culturally significant foods into their daily meals. County officials emphasize that the program will not only enhance students' health but also preserves Kenya's rich culinary heritage. Schools participating in the program will receive guidance on incorporating traditional foods into schools menus and as well as nutrition education to encourage lifelong healthy eating habits.
We have the manpower. We can call as many farmers as possible to be involved in this project. Because we don't want to reach somewhere and then we get a shortage.
Watafiti wa National Museums of Kenya na universities walianza kufanya utafiti kwa hizi mboga zetu the last 30 years. We congregate here in Nyamira, being the first county where we are launching it. This is the first county. In fact, today we are headed to Trans Nzoia. We'll be meeting your counterpart there. But Nyamira, it's our intention to make Nyamira, okay, the benchmark for this program.
I want to encourage the principals who are here to embrace it so that in our small ways we build the potential of our communities to manage life during these hard economic times.
Hii program inatusaidia tupate soko ambao tunaweza kutegemea kwa kusaini contract. Unajua biashara ambayo tumekuwa tukifanya ni ile ya kuuza kwa soko ama tunakula ama tunapeana kwa jirani. Sasa hii tukisaini contract na mashule itatupea roho ya kuwekeza katika hii ukulima wa mboga kienyeji ambayo itatusaidia tupate.
Now, in business news, the government has launched a nationwide crackdown on milk hawking, warning that unregulated raw milk poses serious health risks. Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe says the move is part of wider reforms to improve dairy quality and protect farmers. He warns that milk sold outside regulated channels can expose Kenyans to diseases and contamination. New measures will enhance milk traceability, support dairy cooperatives and reduce the influence of brokers. Over 230 milk coolers worth 1.43 billion shillings are being distributed across the country to help farmers access organized markets. Today, 25 coolers were flagged off at Uhuru Park. These reforms aim to make the dairy industry safer for consumers while boosting farmers' incomes.
People hawk because there is demand for hawked milk. Mukiwachana na hiyo hawked milk, then the people will not have a place to sell them. Kwa hivyo shungeni tafadhali. You know, hawking milk is not a good thing, and we are saying that it is a health hazard, and consequently there are penalties for those sort of things. The Kenya Dairy Board is responsible for these things, and I'm
Well, manufacturers are urging faster adoption of clean technologies, more affordable energy solutions, and stronger public-private partnership to boost industrial competitiveness, especially amid rising fuel prices and ongoing global supply chain distributions. Speaking at the Clean Energy Conference and Expo, industry leaders highlighted that limited access to clean technologies and inadequate financing remain major obstacles to decarbonization across African industries. They emphasized the need for collaboration and investment to drive sustainable growth and energy efficiency.
Efficiency industrial system is no longer an option. It is becoming increasingly important for competitiveness, resilience as long-term long-term business sustainability.
Already has strong energy resources, a dynamic private sector, and growing industrial ambitions.
It is about shaping the future of industrialization in Kenya through the lens of energy, efficiency, and sustainability.
It is becoming increasingly important to strengthen our focus on locally available and locally produced energy solutions.
And the World Urban Forum in Azerbaijan is continuing with leaders and development partners emphasizing the importance of housing. They say it drives economic resilience, social stability, and sustainable urban growth. Somali Ambassador to Kenya, Jabril Ibrahim, has called for stronger international cooperation and financing. He stressed that housing should be at the center of global development efforts as the world works towards the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals.
The future of our cities will not be determined by the infrastructure and beautiful skylines. It also determined by whether people can live in safely, access opportunity, and feel in the urban future we are building together.
If housing shapes the future of cities, then housing must become central, like I said earlier, to how the international community thinks about sustainable development today.
We need to blend financing. We need grants. We need concessional money before you can bring in the commercial bank money. So ladies and gentlemen, that is how we have solved our problem. We have come out of boardrooms and conferences. Now we come to talk about what we are doing. And also
Kakamega Senator Mutahi Murago is calling for changes in the law to allow the export of macadamia nuts. He says the current ban is hurting farmers and limiting their income. Senator Murago wants Section 43 of the Agriculture and Food Authority Act to be amended so that in-shell macadamia can be sold abroad. He urges that the ban reduces competition and leaves farmers dependent on few local processors who set low prices. Opening the market to foreign buyers, especially from China, will increase demand and help farmers earn more.
Nataka ibatilishwe. Mkulima aweze kuuza vitu zake mahali anataka kuuza. Kwa sababu hivyo ndio sheria inasema ya umiliki wa mali katika kipengee cha 40. Kwa hivyo nataka kuainisha, kuhakikisha kwamba katika kipengee kile cha 40 cha mambo ya kutunza mali ya mtu na mtu kufurahia mali yake kinawiana na kuondoa hii sheria ambayo sasa ina
Now, in sports news, Arsenal has won the English Premier League for the first time in 22 years, sparking celebrations worldwide. In Bungoma County, fans led by Chairman Msonge Mnyalo celebrated joyfully, playfully teasing rival supporters. Supporters hope the club signs more top players to stay competitive. David Mbira called for coach Mikel to enhance the squad further, while Isaac Musaja Barasa celebrated Arsenal's moment of dominance over rivals, joking about Pep Guardiola's Manchester City.
Nafurahia, nashukuru coach, amefanya kazi mzuri. Sasa ni wakati ya vijana. Wazee wanazoeka na wazee wakishazoeka vijana ndio wanachukua. Sasa Arteta aongeze squad next year. Sioni kama kuna timu itasumbua Arsenal. Sasa ni Arsenal mpaka mwisho. Tumefurahia, ni sherehe tunapiga tu sasa. Tumepitia mateso mengi sana, tumetusiwa, tumeitwa majina, tumepigiwa kelele kwa watu, lakini tunashukuru Mungu siku ya leo tumebeba kikombe ambacho tumekitafuta kwa miaka mingi sana, 22 years. Na tunasema asante kwa players wetu, asante kwa Arteta, asante kwa ama fans watu kuweza kusukumana na sisi kutupatia hope kwamba kila kitu iko sawa.
Naomba tarehe 30 ama tarehe 31 nataka tuwe na sherehe kubwa zaidi, manake hii kikombe na imani tunaibeba kwa vyovyote vile.
tuko tunaibeba, na hiyo tuna pingamizi, na hata nimekujia kwa ndoto nimeiona. Kwa upande wangu nimesikia vibaya sana Kadiola kuenda ama kutangaza kuenda. Nilikuwa nataka abaki ili sisi na Teta ili amuonyeshe kuwa yeye ni
The 2026 Loop Safari Gravel Series heads to Hell's Gate, Naivasha on 13th June with over 700 cyclists expected on 20 kilometers, 60 kilometers and 111 kilometers routes. This UCI accredited race gives top finishers a chance to qualify for the Gravel World Championship in Australia. Prizes range up to 20,000 Kenyan shillings for individuals and 125,000 Kenyan shillings for teams. The course includes gravel, clay and games trails showcasing Naivasha's scenic terrain, organized by the Amani Project with Loop DFS as title sponsors. The series promotes local talent and international competition.
It's a tough one.
There we go. Please one more time for them. Celebrate all. There we go. There we go. Thank you so much. Todd gets it. Please a round of applause. Beautiful. Congratulations to you. A round of applause. At least I've been told there's a couple. Are these squires? And the probably shift your glasses a little bit.
And finally, that's all we have for today's EBN News at 1 p.m. Many thanks for watching. I'm Leticia Afandi. Coming up next is the Manukato Show. Stay tuned.